Shh. Hello everyone, my name is Raul and welcome back to photorealistic drawing lessons. Today we're talking about the top side mouth skin, and I will show you step by step how to build this part of the skin, adding the shadows, and also how to build the highlights. I just prepare my suppliers, so I'm on sharpening the blending stump. Hopefully guys you know how to sharp your blending stump or clean blending stump. If we're working with small parts, we need 2-3 numbers of blending stump so we can respect the size of the drawing. Now I have number 1 and I'm using nail polish or a piece of sandpaper. I'm going with this one around a little bit, and look at that. The paper from blending stump, it will sharp on our sandpaper, very light. But also this need to be clean, yeah? So I will show you my way to clean. I'm using a makeup removal pad guys, and I just keep the blending stump in the middle and I rotate into my fingers, as you can see, like this. So that's the way to sharp blending stump. How to clean brushes, for example, if you work with brushes. Before to start to draw today, I want to explain my way to clean also and prepare my suppliers. So today we need to work with soft and dry hard brush. How to do this? I have a blank paper always when I draw, so look at that. I'm going with I need to fix the blank paper on the board. And I just move the brush on the paper. Hello George, welcome back to live streaming. So look at that, that's my way to clean brush. Don't wash your brushes guys, it's not really recommendable to wash the brushes and after that dry them, because you will see all these small parts for the fur, it will make like curly and you won't be happy with that what happened. So I clean like this on the paper. As you can see, slowly I will let some graphite. Yeah, so that's the way when I'm cleaning my suppliers. And this is about the soft makeup brush. Look at that, I have already graphite here. To show you it is graphite because it's going very light. I don't know how clear you can see. I will lining with eraser so you can see here is a bit graphite. Yeah, so that's my way to clean brushes. Also I can do the same thing with dry hard brush, because today we're using dry hard brush, and that's why I didn't prepare my suppliers before, because I would like to take a few minutes to show you guys how to prepare yourself before drawing. That is the chopped one, if you remember, that is for dark tone, and I'm using the same design studio brush. As you can see, very nice brush. And the way to clean this, I'm just move light on the paper with small circles. As you can see, again we put some graphite on the paper. So yes, in this way we clean the brushes. I think it's very important to know how to prepare yourself before starting. Today we're using a few suppliers, and let's get into the lesson and I will explain everything that we need and everything I'm using on this lesson. We're starting to use 8B grade, which is this, because I told you this portrait is made only by 8B grade. I'm starting from the middle. I need to divide the parts for the skin, which is going to the lighter and the half part is going to the darker. I build the shadows. How to build the shadows? I'm going with it's good to know guys, if you want to build a perfect realistic skin, if you want to go close with the realism, try to go like me by circle emotions. That's the best thing to do to go close with the skin. I try different things and I see this one the best one, so why not to share with you guys to see which is most important to learn. Very small circle emotions, I can build layers by layers till I'm happy with the dark tone. Now we need to coming to meet the part for the skin with the mouth. Slowly we will do this. Adi, faci ceva pentru mine? Da. Caută pe Google și tradu alunița. Of course, if you remember, the position of the pencil always for me is bent when I shade layers. Bine. Merci mult. In this way, there's... Mai încet, Adi. Da. Da, gata, am înțeles. Adi, da, mai încet, te rog. I told you guys always when we draw professional, take your time to layering, even if you do in colored pencils, even if you do graphite pencils. I'm not a professional artist for charcoal, even if I can do portraits and drawings with charcoal, but I'm not happy with this because I found the way to add also the dark tone with graphite pencil. I like this medium graphite pencils work, so I'm happy with this. By the way, when we're adding the shadows on the top side mouth, also we need to leave here the part for the highlights or lighted part. I will show you step by step in this lesson how to build the perfect mouth. Of course, there's more way to draw, and also you can do if you like, and or maybe if you have to draw a commission and if you rush up, you can draw lines very light. When you're happy with the layering by lines, you can smooth using a soft makeup brush or toilet paper. I will not doing this because always when I draw, I will take my time to follow the reference photo to going the same with the reference photo. Now you will see I will need to finish with the part for the nose as well, because we need to meet together the skin from the nose and also from the mouth. I will show you everything step by step. Even if I repeat the layers, I will explain why, because it's important to know how to work by proportions. Always I'm telling you this because I do the same, and if you try to learn my way, it will be more easy for you to learn. Don't jump from, for example, if you draw a portrait, don't draw the hair, after that check the skin on the cheek, check the beard, check the mouth, nose, etc. Just stay on the proportion that you draw. If you see it's close to the reference photo, then you can move further. To be honest, I did that before and I missed loads of details before to upgrade my skills, so I'm very happy to share my knowledge with you guys so you can see how to draw realistic, photorealistic portrait. As you can see, we're going deeply into the details, we're working photorealistic lessons, and we learn to draw professional. As you can see, I repeat the layers because I'm looking now for the shadows who's reflected from the nose. Stay on the circle emotions, all your process when you shade the skin, wherever you're working. I told you guys only change the way of the drawing only when you're rushing, or maybe if you need to rush up for a commission or something. I'm using dry hard brush. As I told you, I prepared loads of suppliers today. I need to do this in dark tone. So the fastest way to do the dark tone using graphite pencils is helped by dry hard brush, which is the chopped one if you remember. I'm going with small circle motions without any pressure. As you can see, I mix the graphite on my paper. What I'm looking is to push the graphite into the tooth of the paper for the best blend. But this is not finished because I need to detailing as well. So before to detailing, I'm coming to do some highlights. For the highlights, I'm using Tombow Mono Zero eraser and Faber-Castell Perfection eraser. I'm using always these two erasers, and they are very helpful, and I'm help each other. One eraser is for one thing, and the Faber-Castell eraser pencil is for adding the pores. I'm coming now to adding the pores. Of course, very light. We don't need to press. We don't have too dark tones, so it's not reason to add pressure. I told you guys, you work faster if you try to learn my way, working by proportions. Because when you move to another side, you already have done one side, which is good. Check this out, the nose drawing, eyes, the eyebrows, even the glasses, guys. We're working photorealistic drawing. We have a very perfect drawing lessons. So that's why I select my own portrait to do your favorite artist lessons to draw. So now I have a few pores. I don't need too many because we're taking also a small proportions. I'm coming to add the black dots and also the shadows for the pores. If you remember, we did on the cheek and also on the top side or maybe on the forehead. If you remember, my way to sharp as a needle, my pencil, because let's suppose now I need to use with I need to work with a mechanical pencil. I resharp my pencil. After I sharp on a manual sharpener, I use again a small piece of nail polish. If you remember, I told you a few days ago. So I'm using these guys and I just resharp the top side, make as a needle. Try to keep in mind this one if you want to work perfect details. That's the best thing to do, even with 8B grade. The black dots I will blend with blending stump number 1. As you can see, for everything we have a supplier. We have erasers for highlights, we have pencils for drawing, we have blending and brushes for blend. So what I'm looking is to teaching you guys to work with a perfect supplier in a perfect time. Now I'm coming to dotting on the dots. I just need to blur a little bit the dots before adding the dark tone if it's necessary. I'm coming again with 8B grade and with small dots and circles and motions. I'm adding the dark tone where I need. Now it's not everywhere, only a few parts. Depends how the skin is in your reference photo. This time, for this part of the shadow, I'm not blend with dry hard brush, because I already did a few details, and if I'm coming with dry brush I will hide the pores for the highlights. I'm using blending stump, very gentle, or I can use soft makeup brush. Now I need to mix together with the mouth, so I will need a light gray skin part close to the lips. How to do this? I'm going with small circle emulsions and dots, adding a few graphite. If you see the blending stump is not working as you want, just add the blending stump into the dark tone. In this way you will take some graphite on a blending stump. Now very light, you will see you can push outside into the lighter area. Right, that's it for now. We're going further and we do the left side and also the right one. As you can see, I finished with the nose part. We don't have too much to draw for the nose, just using a little bit blending stump to do the skin round, looking as a 3D. As you can see, the way of shade, always my position of the pencil is bent, which is the perfect way. In this way you never broke the top side of the pencil, and also, believe me, you will have better control of the pencil. Now I need to blend this. I'm staying on blending stump, and with very light touching of the blending stump on the paper, I'm going with small circle emulsions to help graphite get inside of the tooth of the paper. As you can see, this part of the skin become round and the nose become 3D looking, which is good and important for our drawings. I will put some graphite on this part, and this area I need lighter because I have the highlighted part. As you can see, I already start here with highlights, and we need to respect all this part of the highlights on entire face. The way to do this is light by small circle emulsions. Now we need to be careful to change the value of the graphite in gradient. If you stay with me till the end, I will show you how to change the value also. Now I have a layer, and if you know, a few artists already shade these with soft toilet paper or different brushes. I'm not going to do that because I want to work professional and copy paste with the photorealistic drawing. So if I see the details on the reference photo, I try to put them straight away. So I'm going with small circle emulsions for another layer. This time I'm looking for the shadows. And the best thing to do skin is small circle emulsions. Of course, it's true, it's taking a little bit longer, but you will see the results till the end. It will be more easy for you guys to add the rest of the details. Why? Because you already build the part for the skin looking realistic by small circular motions work. Now we need to combine the top side lip skin with the rest part of the drawing. So depends how big is the shadow on the mouth, in the corner of the mouth. We need to go by small circular motion, lines if it's necessary to stay on the design. As you can see, we have light tone and dark tone. Now we need to build together both, building in gradient. Now we need to learn how to build a gradient. I push from the dark to light, and I mix together the graphite. For better view, I'm gonna use soft makeup brush or cotton buds. Depend what you like to work. With small circular motions, I blend this. I will show you an example with cotton buds as well, so you can see it's the same job. I'm softening the skin, which is the top side lip, mix together with the rest of the skin. Of course, I build into the shadows. As you can see, this part is shadowed from the mouth, and we will have the part for the highlights on the left side nose. Don't worry guys, later will be more impressive when we add the rest of the highlights with electric eraser. Now as you can see, slowly we build this. And also we will add light and short part for the face hair, like mustache. And everything we need. With light touching of the pencil, I build the rest part of the shadows. But I make sure I'm not losing the line, so I'm coming one more layer to build the dark tone for the line. This line makes the expression of the face. As you can see, this line is, the picture is made like serious, so the line is going straight down. If I smile in the picture, the line should go around somewhere here. I'm using blending stump very light to mix the graphite on this part. Blending stump and soft makeup brush are the best supplier to mix the gradient, guys. If you work on a bigger side or a larger portrait, and if you need to shade the skin, the best way is toilet paper. And of course the fastest way. As you can see, this part we have already done. What's happened? Because we need highlights and details. How to do this? Stay with me, because now we're starting to do the miracles. From now I'm working with 8B grade, electric eraser and blending stump number 1. Why? Because I will need to blend the parts for the pores. I will show you how to build perfect skin, starting with this part on the top. Make sure you have very good sharp electric eraser. Top side need to be clean and very good sharp, so I'm coming again to sharp. I want to make sure this is everything clean. As you can see, always I work very clean, adding the details step by step. Now with this I just touching light, because electric eraser, if you press too hard on the paper, you will see it running straight away to left or right, depend which pressure you add on the eraser. I'm here to explain everything, guys, to don't do mistakes, to learn from my techniques, to upgrade your drawing skill, become professional artist. Of course, if you love to draw, you will become one. As you can see, adding now the eraser, the details with eraser, the highlights, we make them everything white. Why? Because it's the first step to do with eraser, that we clean the graphite. I will show you how to blend and blur some of them and leave blank highlights for the rest of the highlights. I'm coming with dots, small dots and lines, and I build the perfect shape on the top side mouth. If you feel you need graphite, more graphite one side, you can add a light layer, of course using the same pencil, if you work the lesson on this portrait, and just blur a little bit with blending stump. In this way you build a light shadow. That was my technique, using electric eraser when I draw tangled portrait, if you remember. Try to learn to go very light with eraser, not pressure. At all, we don't press with the eraser. If you think you go better with dotting, you can go with dotting. Make sure you follow the parts for the highlights. Right, we have a few details. Now we can carry on. As I told you, we're working by proportions, guys. Remember, we need to clean the paper to remove the mess. I'm coming with 8B grade, adding the shadows for some of the parts of the highlights. Why? Because they are part of the mustache, but the skin was shaved. Very light. I'm using 8B grade by dotting and lining. I'm adding the details. If you remember, when I used to work on the cheek and also on the forehead, because the highlights coming from the top, we need to put the shadows on the bottom of the dots, the white dots made already. So let's see where we need to put the shadows on this white side, make the skin looking perfect, realistic. I'm coming to shadowing on the bottom and a little bit on the right. Remember, don't press with the pencil and try to sharp on a sandpaper or nail polish. You will be happy how sharp you can build with the pencil. In the same time, as you can see, I'm adding the black dots on the face. Which can be found on adult skins, not on the babies. For me, it's looking very nice. Let's see how to blend this and how they're looking after we blend. With light touching of the blending stump, number 1, we're dotting over. As you can see, they become a little bit blue-red. Remember to have very good, clean and sharp blending stump. Also, I need to add the shadow on this white part. So how to do this? I'm coming to blend almost half part of the highlights. Or I can go light over. As you can see, they become light gray. But they are still visible. Something like this. So look at it, how easy we built this part. Now we're going more easy on the other side because we're working with more dark tone. Just a few black dots, making the skin more realistic. Of course, close to the reference photo. And we're moving on the right side. Don't forget to blend them, because we need to blur, making the perfect skin. I'm coming to add a few black dots close to the mouth and of course into the shadow. In this way I will grow a little bit of shadow, but as you can see in gradient. The outside part is lighter and inside part of the mouth is darker. I'm using blending stone to add light gray on this part of the lip because this is part of the lip. Now because we have the skin top of the mouth, also we can do the lines on the lip if we have any left to do. I'm staying on blending stump for blend. This part is the line for the mouth. Always when you draw a mouth, you know we need to put two lines in shadows. The middle line need to be highlighted and we have shadows on every part. Now we need to build more highlights in this part, and this time I'm not working with electric eraser because I just need to cover them with blending stone. I'm working straight away with Tombow Monozer eraser. Very light and very good sharp. I'm coming with the rest part of the lines. I can do this part using Faber-Castell eraser pencil as well, but because I have to deal with lines as well in the same time dots, I'm using Tombow Monozer eraser to be fast to work. Nu, e curat, mama. As you can see, we're highlighting all this part, which is good. Slowly, slowly, as you can see, we're going photorealistic drawing step by step. If you're here for the first time on my YouTube channel, subscribe on my channel and don't forget about the bell notification, guys. I'm coming with more videos, more lessons, and we can help each other. As you can see, also I re-highlight the highlighted parts. I don't want everything to be light gray, so the best way to do is using Tombow Monozer eraser. During the process you will see Tombow Monozer eraser, it will take some graphite on the eraser. That's why if you erase that much, you can't erase pure white. If you insist, of course you can do that. Sometimes it's not really necessary for that. I'm happy on this part. We're moving further, and as you can see, I will show you also to the end of the lesson if I go straight away same as reference photo or not. I carry on with small circles and motions. I forgot to do something. Make the expression of the lip. I need to build higher highlights, so with small dots using Faber-Castell eraser pencil I will build this part for the skin. This is the lighted part for the top side lip. Our portrait is getting alive slowly. As you can see, we're nearly finished with the head, and we start to learn how to work with clothes and jewelries. I'm going with small circle and motion and starting from the top side because we have already started the layer. I will fill the first layer, which is the base. Remember, always when you start to draw, you need to have the base to work on the base. Most of the cases, and the artist, after the first base, draw the first layer, they use soft tissue, different brushes to smooth, and they prepare the paper. They prepare for that. That's why they build a base, to prepare to see much easier the way to draw. I will not doing that, as you've seen already. I like to go with details also. This time the part for the shadow I will show you how to do with cotton buds, to see we can do the same job using cotton buds or soft makeup brush. As you can see, I repeat the layers where I need dark tone for the shadows, but in the same way, with small circle and motions, because for me this is the best and the closer way to draw the skin. From now we need to grow the shadow, finishing with this part, and we need to add more shadows on the top side lip, on the right side. Remember, if you're not happy with the sharpening of the pencil, use nail polish or sandpaper, a small piece of sandpaper, and try to sharp again to see how easy you can add the details with that pencil. Depend on which paper you're using. I'm using Canson Bristol paper A3 size, pure white, 250 GSM. I will grow the shadows, and slowly I'm moving on this side. As you can see, guys, the left side, these dots and shadows are part of the mustache, but the skin was shaped. That's why we see only a few details, but they going very realistic. Same on this part, but this part is more easier to draw because it's shadowed part. I'm also open to commission, guy, for Christmas. If you have anything to draw, let me know, and you can make a beautiful gift to your family or lover. You know, to draw professional you need time, so if you want me to draw for you, give me time to draw your picture. If you remember, when we start, we shade and blend the part with dry hard brush. Now I show you with cotton buds. Again, we need to do the same that I did on the other side. We need to move to add more shadows on the middle line on the mouth and also on the top side. So we're adding some graphite with small circular motions, growing the area and prepare for the work. And slowly we need to meet together, because this small part for highlights make the mouth looking realistic. As you can see, guys, by the circle emotions, if I'm working like this, it looks like I don't need to do anything, just layering more times and I have already the skin draw. Only if you want to go hyper to work more close to the realism, then you can add more details, as I did on the left side. Remember, add as much details as you can. Take your time when you're drawing, no rushing. And always remember, this is very important, keep your drawing clean. Now we can draw light the rest part of the lines for the lip. And with small circle emotions, we need to meet together with the rest part of the skin. I'm looking to have the perfect shadows in the same time that I'm layering, as you can see. Now close to the nose, skin is darker, and now we need to go lighter. How to do this gradient? We're going with a pencil light, always halfway of the first layer. I will show you also the blend using cotton buds. Of course, we blend when we're happy with the layers. Now we shade the first layer, or we blend, and we're going with small circle motions from dark to light. So I have the dark tone on the top side. I'm going to push the graphite down into the lighter area. Don't need to go very fast. Take your time and go slowly till you see the paper blend. As you can see, we have the same work, soft brush and cotton buds. The technique is different, but we can achieve the same job. Depend what you prefer. I show it guys with both, and you just select wherever you like to work. If you're happy with cotton buds, you can use cotton buds, it's not a problem. Of course, you can do this with soft makeup, with a toilet paper, and will be definitely faster. But it's very important to know you will lose the details. Now if we blend the skin, we are ready to go with the details. I'm coming with dots, black dots, as I did on the left side, if it's necessary highlights, and also more shadows. I'm not happy with the sharpening of the pencil, how it's sharp, so I'm come back to resharp again. If you remember, I'm using nail polish, and I just rotate the pencil till I make the top side as a needle. That's the best thing to work, very detailed. Don't forget to clean. I'm using this makeup remover pad to clean a little bit. Sometimes accident may happen. You can drop your pencil by mistake and the graphite from the top side is going on your paper. Now we carry on with the dots, and because I just resharp, the dots will be more expressive and easy to make. Remember, not all the dots need to be the same value, so try to do more values into the dots, between the dots. This is the part for the mustache. As I told you guys, remember the skin was shaved, so we need to dotting and very short lines. I want to telling you something very important that happened to me a long time ago. If something happened to froze when you're drawing, you don't know what to do further, just take a short break. Maybe might be you're tired or something like that. Take a short break and leave like for half an hour, and you will see when you come back you will remember where you left and you can carry on easy. We are human beings and we get tired as well, guys. As you can see, the details come up slowly, which is good. Let's blend this part, and it will be more easy to see if you add new dots. You know which one are blended and which one no. The way to blend is dotting over the dots very light till become blue red. We are close to finish the lessons, guys. Before to end the lesson and show with you the reference photo comparing with my drawing, I wanna thank you to everyone who participate on my live drawing my lessons, or everyone to support my TikTok page, Instagram and Facebook, and also everyone who like to draw. You will see always on my YouTube channel you can upgrade your drawing skill, become better, change your way to work. Maybe you don't know a few tips and techniques, and if you see my techniques, maybe you can be happy with them. Rest of the drawing I will finish because I need just to add by dotting and lining a few shadows, like in this way. Finishing with this part of the shadows. Also, we finished the lesson, guys, and let's see the difference between the reference photo and our drawing. That's the reference photo, and as you can see, let me show you what we worked today. I have highlights here, but the bottom side of the highlights are shadowed, yeah? So this made the skin looking realistic, like Gracie skin. We have the black dots, which are part for the mustache. We have the shadows, and we mixed the skin close to the mouth. Let's see the drawing now. And we have the same work. Just in case if you need more highlights, don't worry, we have loads of suppliers like electric eraser or different one. Just go for more suppliers till you're happy with the drawing and the details. For example, I need to add more highlights in this part. I can add by lining and dotting very light. everything become very, very light and white. Thank you very much again, guys. See you next time. We're going to learn the bottom side and the beard part. As you can see, we have all necessary details and we are happy with this. It's looking like a photo, but it's not a photo. It's our hand. Remember, if you draw with me this portrait, don't forget, upload your drawing by steps on Passion for Art, my group, and I'll be very happy to see your work. Bye bye now and good night. Iubirea mai stăm sau vrei să merg la film?